Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Series 11. And for today's sketch, we have this one right here. It's a double-page layout, and I stuck fairly close to it. It's by Susan Stringfellow, and she is with sketchsavvy.blogspot.com. And yeah, I even have more pictures than what's on here. Go me! There are 8 photos. And only one of them's crisp and clear. That last one, the long skinny one that I am showing, is the only one. But they preserve the memory, so I am making sure it's getting documented onto this layout. That is Echo Park's Jack and Jill the Boy one. And this piece of paper came out of a Studio Calico paper pad, really old one. That piece of paper is at 13 Arts. And I've already cut it apart to go as strips on the layout. This one is one that's called Navy, and it's kind of a digital pixel looking camel, that's it, that's the word. And then that last gray one was, I think Colorblock. It was a gray paper pad of all kinds of gray prints. I am using cardstock for the background, and I am also going to use black soot, and I am going to ink all the edges on all the papers. Since I couldn't find no background paper for my actual background that was printed, and I wanted a little bit on there instead of just having it plain white or something, or gray in this case, I am using the Stampendous stamp that you see me using there, the Crackle one. And I'm just trying to put them in places on here that's not going to have everything covering them up. And see how I laid those 2 papers down? I laid that one down backwards, and I don't notice it until I am editing the video. So I will be going back in there and stamping the edge over there on the right a little bit to make up for my goof. It has been a little while since I did a double page layout. Probably the last time we did the 30 days. But I'm kind of glad this one has thin papers. You know, that's what I could find, the colors I wanted, because there's a lot of layers on here. Oh, I started to put that one down, then remembered that I had something else to put down. And then I'm going to forget one and have to kind of do some tucking under. Well, it's actually more than one thing that I have to tuck under because I forgot to do it. I am just going to basically follow the background part of this sketch. Some of the other things I might change a tiny bit, but you can really tell that I used the sketch on this layout. And it got all my pictures on there. I did make them smaller. They would have just been even blurrier if I tried to make them bigger. But they are of my granddaughter Charlie, and she was at a junior ROTC thing and in Arkansas, and Aaron took the pictures, and there was a lot of movement going on. So there is, like I said, some blurry pictures. There is one of Charlie that don't look too bad. Her legs are kind of blurry, and I blurred out the background a little bit so that she would look sharper on it. It's the taller one of her. But they do preserve the moment and document it. And so I couldn't not scrap it. It's part of her high school years. And this one is 2020, so everybody has masks on in it. And generally, when she's with a group of people like this, I say she's the shortest one there. Nope, in this group, there is one girl that's shorter than her. Now, when I was deciding what to use, I thought, well, I'll use some P13 or something in that iris container. I do have several different companies in there. And then I needed more gray because I wanted some gray on here. So I had to go to the gray scrap bag that has, you know, just all kinds of gray in there and get the ones that I got. And then I needed something to do the banners with that would still go with this. So I had to go to the Jack and Jill collection by Echo Park because I knew it had a lot of grays in there. And I just took the scraps to use on my layout. That Studio Calico one that I used the EK Success and Notebook Punch on, it was in my iris container with a P13 and stuff. I put a bunch that I found that was in smaller paper pads in there just so I'd have smaller pieces that would go with all that stuff and I wouldn't have to cut into 12 by 12. But it was fun looking through my really old stuff and using it because I think that paper pad was probably from about 2011, 12, something like that, a long time ago. But it is kind of like an off color cream. It's not exactly white and it's not exactly cream, but it does have a gray grid on it. So I thought I'll use that one. I wanted to make sure she had a place to journal because I can't remember the exact details. I know she's in Arkansas and they were there for like a competition thing and um, it was 2020, but I can't remember a whole bunch of the rest. So she has a really pretty handwriting, so she will take care of that and get that on there. But this is going in her album, even though well there was quite a few pieces of scraps in the Jack and Jill because there's a lot in the collection and I had been cutting on it for a while. It was like a double collection. I got it at a warehouse sale online and I wasn't expecting so much to be in the package, but I liked the colors and so, I guess I didn't look at it close enough and I was tickled when it was like double when it came to the house along with the rest of my order. I might have ordered two packages of them if I'd known how much I liked it when I got it. Um, I am one of the banners is kind of angled, so I made sure I angled one of these and I used the wood grain one to do that. And then I made the other two. One is a map. So I had to make sure the letters were correct on there in the right direction that I could cut to. And still it would look all right. And so I just basically didn't want the bottom one upside down. Now the sketch has some circles on there. And I thought, well, these half ones in the bag that was a Jack and Jill, I can use them. So I am using the viewfinder on the right hand side and then I wanted something to go over the top of it. So I just flipped over one of the scraps to look to see what I knew it had something because I'd seen it when I pulled other stuff out of the bag. And so this is a partial postcard that's going on here now. And it's just going to tuck right there, but I will add something before I'm done. And when I was looking at the navy one, I found these circles that I'd already punched out there. I think they were 1.25 inches. So they all say USA. And I will use 3 of them on the layout. But I'm going to back them with black cardstock. Now, you all might think that plaid's awful small piece of scrap for me to be adding it to my layout. But while I was looking in the bag, there were some flowers already made up. And I thought, I can go ahead and add flowers. There were 2 photos from the outside where they were going around the track. But I didn't really have room for them. The colors were completely different. So I decided not to use them. But this is a girl. She may be dressed in camouflage, but I know she likes flowers, so I'm going to go ahead and use the flowers that were already made up in there. And I believe I used a die set. I'm pretty sure it might have been Stephanie Bernard die set with flowers. And I used that plaid, so everything's going to match. I thought about my title a couple of times while I was getting everything out and then completely forgot. So when I got a little ways into this, of course, I remembered I needed a title. So I used Quick Cuts Supermarkets, what it's called, for the larger letters, and then the smaller ones are the Memory Box, Mini Varsity, and the large ones are the junior ROTC, and then the small ones are her first school. I kind of wanted them on top, But since I was going to have that USA there, I decided to go ahead and have them on the bottom instead. I separated out all those flowers from all the other stuff that was in that baggie. And I did see a ticket that says #1, and it's laying there. And I'm going to almost forget to put it on there. But I happened to see it, so it does make it on there. But the leaves are Pink Fresh, the curvy branch. And yeah, I think they made a great addition to here. I probably would not even have used flowers on here if I hadn't had them already made up into this baggie that I was digging in. But yeah, they're all on here now. Well, I think there was one left. But while I am adding these finishing touches on here, and I am going to add some splatters, I want to mention that down there below you'll find that master link to all the videos for the 30 days of sketches. There's also the Facebook link, so you could go join the Facebook group if you'd like, and put your your layout that you used on this sketch for making it. You can take a picture of it and put it in the file that holds the sketch. So everybody can go in there and look and find lots and lots of inspiration. You'll find more on the Facebook and Instagram probably than you will YouTube. But it is super fun seeing how many different ways people can go with the same sketch and add their own ideas to it, their own style, and of course different papers and everything else. But yeah, it was a fun sketch to make, and it got a lot of pictures out of me onto a layout also. I think there's a couple of more sketches with double page layouts, but I'm not going to guarantee that you will see a double page layout. I'll probably just pick one instead of both. But yeah, that's my layout, and I had a lot of fun making it. Everything went together really good once I managed to get all the papers I needed to get started with. And yeah, see what I mean about, it should say PBHS Junior ROTC, but I like the way it is just because it balanced out a lot better that way. And there's the little flowers that were already made up, and the little tiny red ones are from I think it was Prima got flowers from years ago, and I'm going to have them to the end of my days. There was a lot in that bottle, and I think it came like in a set of 3 bottles, but the other 2 are probably somewhere in the closet. I know I gave a bunch away out of them, out of all 3, and I still got plenty. I'd go to a crop, and everybody would dig in and then be amazed that it still looked full. They were crammed in there, though. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today. I know there's plenty others out there you could be watching, and I appreciate you watching mine. Have a happy scrappy week. Have fun checking out the playlist down there. Make your own. Post it so we can see it. Bye.